Hello and welcome, I'm Dante from Low Mana, and today I'll be covering everything currently known about the loot system in Anthem. I'll add all the sources in the description below so you can check them out if you want to see them for yourself. In a looter shooter, or really any game focused on loot as its main source of progression, how you gain loot is one of the top priorities. And although the full official breakdown has yet to be detailed, we've scoured the footage, interview and tweets along with the rest of the community to gather as much information as we can. So first of all, gear drops based on your pilot's level, not your javelins. Which means regardless of which javelin you have taken out at any time, the loot will have a good chance of being an improvement. It will also be weighted to drop gear for the javelin you are currently using, allowing you to focus on one javelin all the way to max level, then rapidly bring up the other ones without having to repeat the full grind. Don't worry about other players stealing your hard-earned loot. Taking a leaf out of the Diablo book, all loot is instants. Which also means no trading, at least at launch. Which for many might be a disappointment, but we can certainly see why they've made this decision. In addition to items, the other drops that you'll be seeing frequently are ammo and health drops. Those that have played or seen the closed viewing have confirmed that health does not regenerate, and at least at this point, there are no skills to heal. Shields have been seen, but those are more temporary effects. So when you see loot drops, what do you actually see? In short, you see bright coloured crystals, or to use a Destiny term, engrams. That said, you do get a little bit more information, but keep in mind these may change as Bioware continues to work on these systems. At the point you loot an item, you get a prompt like this, showing the rarity, in this case epic, in purple colorization, which is somewhat of an industry standard now. We've previously seen orange or gold in a legendary item, so expect it to be something you are used to. In addition to that, we see what kind of item it is, such as the weapon type, ability type, etc. You won't be able to just pick up and equip items as soon as you find them though, which is where the engram comparison comes from. Rather than going to someone to discover the items, instead you visit a place called the Forge, which we briefly saw during A3. Here you can manage the loadouts of your javelins. These are found in the hub locations, which as of right now are only Fort Tarsis and your mobile base, the Strider. I think this is also the place where you'll alter the appearance of your javelin, which is another loot type you'll find along with the rest of your gear. So we can assume these have similar rarity systems, but for anyone worried that the paid cosmetics might ruin this, it has been confirmed that anything that can be bought can be earned in-game through internal currency. How effective this will be at unlocking loot has yet to be disclosed. But after the Battlefront 2 issues, I'm hopeful EA has learnt from their mistakes. In addition to the standard looting, we have several details regarding the endgame. We know crafting is going to be in the game, with schematics and building materials, including the endgame specific stuff. Along those lines, we have one of those materials confirmed, Shaper Runes. The name is not so subtle hint at where you obtain these. The very first endgame content that was teased, Shaper Storms. I'm very curious how many of these resources there will be. Will there be different types of Shaper Storms, with different resources, or are they all one generic resource? The other endgame locations for loot will be in the form of Strongholds, which are essentially dungeons, large world bosses and raids, all of which we know little about. What we do know though is roughly what these will offer in terms of item rewards. This information was in relation to Strongholds, but it seems logical that this will at least in some extent apply across all harder activities. Enemies will have a significantly higher chance to drop superior rarity gear, but specific items are not tied to them, along with confirmation that loot can be found in chests. Whether these are relatively common in the style of Diablo or more rewards from completing challenges like in MMOs has not been confirmed. We could also expect a combination of the two. It has been confirmed that these will never require keys, so no opening for hidden loot chests. As things go, this is a pretty encouraging start to loot for Anthem, moving away from some of the pretty shallow systems in other shared world games, but more closely aligned to MMOs. The note I want to end on is where I hope they take the system. If you've seen my comments on loot before, you'll know I'm a big fan of Diablo 3 and the turnaround they achieved. So in that vein of thought, I really hope to see a few types of items or effects. First of all, some semblance of set items that allow particular synergy between weapons and their abilities. From simple things to having 2 items of a set change the damage type to fire or frost, lightning, etc. Having a full set of gear provide a significant buff to a skill type or a unique effect that no other item can give. The other is legendaries that feel special. They shouldn't just have good stats, but truly be unique. Maybe they provide a team-wide buff, or have unique visual effects, Whatever it is, I just don't want them to be bland, which is one of the main faults I see in games like Destiny. If they get the loot right, I think Anthem has the potential to be a game that lasts years. I just hope they can pull it off. Thanks for watching. You can check out more of our other Anthem content in our Anthem playlist. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a like, subscribe to support the channel, and use the little bell for notification as content goes live. Until next time, I've been Dante, thanks for watching.